When you think about prehistoric periods, you may imagine a T-Rex rampaging through the jungle with razor-sharp teeth. Even before dinosaurs, other massive beasts ruled the Earth. Let's go to the Permian period. The Permian period began at the end of an ice age, when temperatures were significantly lower than today. What was Earth like during the Permian period? What kinds of life forms dominated the planet at that time? And how did this period end? The Permian period, spanning from 298 to 252 million years ago. It was a time of dramatic changes and significant developments in Earth's history. It marked the end of the Paleozoic era and set the stage for the rise of the dinosaurs. If you could travel back 300 million years, you'd find yourself in the middle of the supercontinent Pangaea. All of Earth's landmasses were fused to form this supercontinent. This massive landmass stretched from pole to pole, surrounded by a vast global ocean known as Panthalassa. There was probably less oxygen in the air than there is today, but you may still be able to breathe, and it will be frigid with average temperature 4 degrees Celsius. But soon things will start getting hot, and by the end of the early Permian period, Pangaea shifted from an ice age to a verdant landscape. This change allowed plants and animals to thrive. Around 290 million years ago, intense volcanic activity reshaped the land and drastically altered the climate, driving evolution in the Permian period. As swamp forests dried up, plants had to adapt to the changing environment. This led to the emergence of gymnosperms, the first seed-bearing plants, which spread rapidly across the supercontinent due to their cone-contained seeds. Plant life during this time featured resilient species such as Glossopteris trees, seed ferns, and early conifers, all of which were well suited to the varied climates. These plants developed extensive root systems to access deep underground water. The Permian period was a time of significant evolution for animal life, marked by the abundance of amphibians and the emergence of the first reptiles. Among the most notable creatures of this era were the synapsids, often referred to as mammal-like reptiles, which would eventually give rise to mammals. One of the most fascinating and terrifying synapsids was Dimetrodon. This ancient predator, measuring 5 meters in length and weighing around 225 kilograms. Its most distinctive feature was a large sail on its back, which scientists believe helped it regulate body temperature by absorbing heat during the day and expelling excess heat at night. Its powerful jaws were equipped with sharp and flat teeth, perfect for slicing and grinding up its prey, making it one of the top predators of its time. Approximately 273 million years ago, during the Middle Permian period, mammal-like reptiles, known as therapsids, dominated the Earth. These creatures had strong jaws, sharp teeth, and a somewhat upright stance due to their legs being positioned beneath their bodies. Therapsids varied in size, from the 5-meter all-omnivorous Deuterosaurus to the much smaller, meat-eating Lecanops. The Permian period faced significant challenges, most notably massive volcanic eruptions in what is now Siberia, known as the Siberian Traps. These eruptions released enormous amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, leading to severe climate change, acid rain, and ocean acidification. During the Middle Permian period, Earth's average global temperature soared to around 25 degrees Celsius due to these volcanic activities, which also caused shifts in sea levels. Despite these dramatic changes, marine life thrived. If you swam in the prehistoric superocean, you would encounter bony, primitive fish and ancient sharks. The evolving environment gave rise to new and complex marine species, which appeared and disappeared in a dynamic and ever-changing underwater world. Around 260 million years ago, during the late Permian period, Lystrosaurus was a surprisingly friendly creature. It looked like a cross between a lizard and a pig. Unlike many other fearsome prehistoric animals, Lystrosaurus was a herbivore, measuring about 1 meter long with strong front legs for burrowing. By the way, if you want me to make a video on Paleozoic era, write in the comment. During this time, something catastrophic was happening in the atmosphere. Extensive volcanic activity was depleting oxygen levels, leaving scientists to estimate that oxygen made up as little as 10% of the atmosphere, compared to 21% today. Breathing in such an environment would have been extremely difficult for you. Meanwhile, temperatures continued to rise. With an average temperature of 28 degrees Celsius, the once lush primordial environment was turning into an oven. Around 252 million years ago, these catastrophic changes culminated in the Permian Triassic extinction event, also known as the Great Dying, the most severe mass extinction in Earth's history. Around 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species were wiped out. This event paved the way for the rise of the dinosaurs in the following Triassic period. This extinction can make you enough sad that you'll want to bring back all the extinct species, including dinosaurs. Well, that's the topic for another video.